Hello my tarnished friends, welcome to a build that is comprised of weapons I refer to as the Numen daggers, reason being the black knives are wielded by the black knife assassins who are said to be Numen women, while the blade of calling is wielded by Melina, whose godmother is also Numen. So, I set out to try out dual-wielding the black knife and the blade of calling daggers on NG+, just to see if this can be a fun playthrough, and my experience wasn't bad. Both the black knife and the blade of calling share holy damage type, which scales with faith and physical damage that scales off the dexterity stat. The scaling on the blade of calling leans slightly more into faith, while the black knife scales well with both. Both weapons share similar attack animations for both melee attacks as well as their respective skills, just as we see Melina and the black knife assassins share identical maneuvers. The blade of calling is a solid dagger that requires 6 strength, 13 dexterity, and 15 points in faith to wield. Its strength lies in the blade of gold skill, which launches a holy projectile with very good knockback effects and very good damage, especially against enemies with the weak defenses against holy damage. On the downside, the weapon does poor damage against late-game bosses from the base game, but luckily, holy damage is quite effective against most enemies of the Shadow Realm. The black knife is generally a very good and highly effective dagger weapon. Like its sibling, the blade of calling, the blade of death skill is its true strength. The blade of death skill fires a blade-like projectile that deals holy damage, reduces the target's maximum HP by 10% for a short duration, and applies a powerful damage over time effect known as Destined Death. This skill is quite strong because the initial max HP reduction eats a significant portion of the enemy's health, and the damage over time continues to drain enemy HP away. Like the blade of calling, the black knife's holy damage can suffer against enemies with high holy resistance, like many late-game bosses, and yes, this weapon does a lot better against enemies from the Land of Shadow. Power stancing the 2 daggers for melee attacks is fairly decent. The number of rapid hits in the power stance combo allows for very high overall damage output, especially against enemies with low to moderate poise. Golden Vow and Howl of Shabriri will enhance the weapon's damage overall. The Sacred Scorpion Charm Talisman and the Holy Shrouding Cracked Tear will increase holy damage emanating from the 2 weapons' respective skills. Thorny Cracked Tear, Millicent's Prosthesis and Rotten Winged Sword Insignia will multiplicatively increase damage with continuous dagger melee attacks. Shard of Alexander will enhance the Blade of Gold and Blade of Death skills. For armor, we are rocking the Black Knife Assassin set, just to suit the lore behind these weapons. For stats, we have 50 in Vigor, 19 in Mind, 30 points in Endurance, 20 in Dexterity, but goes to 25 with the 5 points we get from Millicent's Prosthesis. And lastly, 80 in Faith, to maximize our holy damage potential. So there you have it. That is my Numen Dagger build for New Game Plus. It's surely not an overpowered build, but it's quite fun, especially against the DLC enemies, and I kinda liked it. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.